also do have a couple of good defensive units here today. There's Jamie Duncan, big piece of yardage. Looks like he got the first down.
Wisman with a good block, but once again that misdirection and a pulling lineman frees Duncan for some substantial yardage and another first down. It was Wisman on the trap. Oh, that's an excellent technique. Pulling tackle, inside out block, and breaks Duncan on the first down jaunt.
So the Vikings on the march again. Dwayne Davis now. Picked up a couple. There's a flag on the play.
Joe DeVore leading the way again, but I believe one of the wideouts coming in may have been caught with a hold.
You know, coming into this game, it'll go against the Vikings. Bill Muehlheisen said he's a big fan of the Brandywine defense. He said a very aggressive unit. And in scouting this team, he said that's the thing that struck him more than anything, the aggressiveness of the defense.
Well, when you have a kid like Krukio at the linebacker, certainly you are going to be aggressive. But here's a penalty that comes at an inappropriate time, just as on the Brandywine drive, that was pretty much stopped by the delay of game penalty.
Davis in motion. Jamie Duncan. And Krukio grabs a hold of his legs and just won't let go. Then gets some help, and Duncan's wrapped up for not much of a gain.
Well, that time they weren't fooled by the counter. Krukio, as you mentioned, read it well. Wisman, of course, was still coming across and pulling much as he had on the play that earlier sprung Duncan, but the defense reacted much better.
Second down for Christiana.
Second down, ball is up to 42 of Brandywine.
Davis in motion from the 42 now. Scarfo. Little screen pass to Duncan. Did a good job to make that work. Duncan still on his feet, keeps his balance. Unbelievable play as Duncan has a touchdown. There is a flag on the play, however.
That's back at the roughing the passer area, and I think that's going to be the call. But, you know, this play was a result of Jamie Duncan's athletic ability. First of all, the pass just over the outstretched hands of a couple of Brandywine defenders. And Scarfo paid the price. And there's your roughing the passer call by Tommy Mason. It's going to be declined. But once he catches the ball, first of all, a lot of pressure, as is always going to happen. But look at, oh my goodness, almost intercepted. But now watch the athleticism. Slips a tackle, breaks a tackle, slips another one, and now it's speed to the end zone. 12-0 Christiana.
42-yard screen pass. An outstanding run by Jamie Duncan. 12-0. We'll go for two more. Davis looking for a hole. He's up, but he fails to get into the end zone, so the second two-point try for the Vikings of the afternoon, and this one fails. Lydell Dorsey making the stop. So with 1:27 to go in the first half, the score, Christiana 12, Brandywine nothing. Stick around, more action coming your way on the Channel 2 High School. 42-yard screen pass from Scarfo to Duncan, 12-0.
And interestingly, most of that on the pass. The two big pass plays to Duncan. 73 of those yards and 18 by the rush.
The kick is away. Kennedy. Nope, check that. Jason Todd hauled it in for the Bulldogs. He got popped, too.
And Tommy Davis with the stick. Davis doing an excellent job on the specialty teams, having recovered the fumble on the earlier punt.
So the Bulldogs have a little bit of clock to work with as they try to climb back to within striking distance. Down 12-0. Timeout on the field. We're going to keep it here, Ange, but that's the kind of explosiveness that we're expecting from both sides. So far, we've seen a little bit from Christiana, not much from Brandywine.
Well, with 1:23 left here in the first half, see what Brandywine's philosophy is, whether just to get into the locker room. My guess is that Larry's going to go up top and try and put some points on the board. But it has been a first half that Christiana has dominated in a variety of ways. First of all, offensively, they've shown the ability to run the football early on in the game. But in that last touchdown drive, the passing ability of Scarfo and also the receiving ability of Duncan, very effective.
Coach Wheeler had said he thought he might be able to pick on the Vikings secondary a little bit. That's a kind of a green unit, but they haven't been able to do it because they've gotten so much pressure from the line and the linebacking core.
Well, the other reason is they haven't had great field position. They don't have it again, but with 1:23, as I said, left in the first half, field position is almost negated by the clock.
So a first down for Brandywine. They'd love to get on the board. Nice way to hit the locker room with a quick score. Cut into this Christiana lead. Beeson looking to air it out. The pass is complete to Brian Rush, who is stopped at about the 46-yard line.
One of the ways you take off that pressure is use your tight end and use him in a little delay pattern, and that's what happened with Rush. He's just going to just quickly delay, a little fake block, and come across the middle, and they pick up a lot of yardage.
See, this will get Bulldogs pumped. Nope, flag whistle.
Yeah, that time Brian Rush just came up out of his stance right before the snap, so it's going to be a 5-yard walk-off, but good call by Larry, who tries to negate some of that defensive pressure with a little check off to the tight end.
Yeah, they had the blood flowing there, the Bulldogs did, and Rush jumped a little bit. Minute 6 left to go. These Bulldogs can throw the ball. It's not that far out of the question for them to chalk up a quick score here. We'll see if they can do it. Beeson looking for Kennedy. Batted down by Mike Brown. He had read that the whole time.
Brown was there, and Reichert had come over from his safety position. Here's one of those timing spots. He was throwing it, timing patterns, throwing it to a spot, but the unfortunate thing for Brandywine, there were two white shirts at the same spot.
So second down for Brandywine. They'll take to the air once again. Defense spread out for Christiana.
Big turnover.
A screen play that was well read by the Viking defense.
Brow was in there so quickly on the flare. He caused the fumble, but it was covered by Brandywine. Here's George by Brow. Boom. Krukeel there to pick up the loose ball. And they avert disaster, and it looks like now with just 17 seconds left that Brandywine with just one more shot here.
Beeson airs it out, looking for Kennedy.
Well, the
Kennedy
same duo
Brown.
there again, Brown and Reichert, blanketing Kennedy. And that's it for the first half.
So, the first half is history. And on the scoreboard, it reads, Christiana 12, Brandywine nothing. Stick around, we'll have action from the second half when we come back from break on the Channel 2 High School Football Game of the Week. By the fellows in the truck, back at Brandywine High School. Christiana leading 12-0 in this Flight A matchup. Jim Hayes along with Angie Rossi. Angie, kind of a different first half from what we expected.
Well, you know it is, and it's one that when you look at the statistics, you can see the Christiana dominance. They have 158 total yards to only 75 for Brandywine. The running attack's been balanced. Dwayne Davis has been held to 35 yards, but Jamie Duncan with 31, Marvell Watts with 23. The real killer, though, has been Bobby Scarfo, 2 for 4, 73 yards, 1 TD. Both of those receptions going to Jamie Duncan, and, of course, the TD to Duncan. On Brandywine's side, Beeson only 4 for 9 for 6 yards, and he's been sacked twice, which has really hurt the Brandywine offense. And the running game has been carried by Harold Collins, 10 carries for 67 yards, and Lydell Dorsey with the other 2 yards of that rushing attack.
So Brandywine will kick it away. Back deep for Christiana, Tom Davis. A fumble on the play. We'll see who covers it. Brandywine indicating that they have it.
Big turnover if Brandywine does have, in fact, the football. Little scrum down in there. We'll see who ends up with the ball. And it is Christiana. Down at the bottom of the pile is number 81, Ryan Brow. And the Vikings avert what could be disaster here on the opening kickoff of the second half. Bobby Scarfo, the quarterback. Davis, Duncan, and Watts, the very productive backfield. Brow and Bufano, the receivers. And it's the big line that's been effective here in the first half. Pritchett, Long, Rinkowski, DeVore, and Wisman.
From the 36, Vikings with a 1st and 10 as they get this second half started. Davis couldn't turn the corner. A wave of blue jerseys.
Well,
make sure he doesn't get away.
And once again, it's Lydell Dorsey right up there. Dorsey with the quick corner support. And every time he's been there, he's held him down. The defense is a 5-2. Sklodowski, Constantine, Gatta, Burdette, and Rush, the front 5. And Rush has had a great first half. Krukeel and Caputo, the linebackers. Dorsey, Smith, Case, and Todd, your defensive secondary. And Lydell Dorsey has had a very effective first half with that strong corner support.
2nd and 9. Davis in motion. He'll give it to Watts. Flag on the play.
Watts up the middle. Initial hit by number
We'll see what the penalty's about.
54. Mike
As is
Reynolds.
usual here at Brandywine High School, the field in outstanding shape,
Flag.
and always a lot of hospitality up here on Falk Road whenever Channel 2 visits.
Haven't been here in a while.
Well, speak for yourself. There's the illegal shift signal from Tom Mason.
Now it is declined in 3rd and
Penalty declined. So it'll be 3rd and long for Christiana. Duncan loses the handle.
Never had the handle at the bottom of the pile. Number 82. That's Chris Gatto with the recovery.
And the Bulldogs look pumped. Looks like Larry Wheeler gave him a good talking to in the locker room at the break. They've got the football and some good field position to work with. They're down 12-0, early stages of the 3rd quarter.
He never had possession of the football on the quick pitch, and there's the turnover that Brandywine defense needed.
Kennedy in motion for the Dogs. Beeson looking to throw. Pass is complete. Brian Rush hauls it in. We didn't get to see much of that vaunted passing attack from Brandywine.
Well, there's the offense. Beeson, Collins, Dorsey in the backfield. Schwartzman, Kennedy, and Rush are receivers in a variety of forms. And the offensive line, Krukeel, Burdette, Sklodowski, Stave, and Constantine.
So 2nd down now for Brandywine.